right. Great evening, everyone. We are checking in live on this Testinonial Tuesday. We want to say great evening to each and every one of you. We're going to give it a few moments. Go ahead, take the time to tag, take the time to share, take the time to tell somebody. I have this beautiful woman on the other side of the screen. Another powerful story. Let's get started in this moment. Great evening, everybody. Happy Tuesday. Checking in live on this Tuesday evening. It is time for Testimonial Tuesday. Great evening, everybody. Go ahead, take the time to tag, take the time to share. We're going to give it about another 15 seconds. And we're going to get this party started on this Tuesday night. Great evening, everybody. All right. Great evening, everyone that's jumping on this Testimonial Tuesday. We want to say welcome. My name is Pam McCray, and I'm super excited to be before you on another incredible Testimonial Tuesday as I have this beautiful woman on the other side of the screen with me on tonight, all the way on the East Coast. So from the West Coast to the East Coast and everything in between, we are here on this evening, and I have this beautiful woman by the name of Sheniada Johnson, in which she is here to share her powerful story. So make sure you tag, make sure you share this live with someone. So whether you're watching this live or whether you're catching it at a later time, we want you to know without a shadow of a doubt that we are excited because lives are being changed all over the entire world. So I'm not going to steal her shine. I want you, Sheniada, to come on here and to tell everybody where you are checking in from on tonight, a little bit about yourself, and we're going to get the party started. So over to you.
All right. Well, thank you, Pam, for having me on tonight. I'm so excited. And as I would tell my audience, that also nervous, and I get nervous, but
Right.
yes, absolutely. I get nervous in going live, even on my own screen. So this is no different to be nervous because you just, the impact or the influence that you have, no matter how small it might be or how big, you know you're going to impact lives when you hit that live button. So by the way, I am Sheniada, also known as Coach Lady J. I am a prophetic voice to encourage, empower, and to enlighten you. And I take it as an honor to first of all be here tonight and have this opportunity to share with Pam's audience and just let you know what goodness that we have going on, and how we can help and change your lives if you let us.
Absolutely.
Oh, by the way, I have my husband here and 3 young adult children that we live here in Atlanta, Georgia.
I love it. I love it. I love it. And you know what? What I love, Sheniada, is that you are not just getting this done by yourself, but you and your incredible husband, y'all are like a team out here really taking your health by storm. And Nate and I, you already know, we believe in that whole fit couple life and that healthy couple life. And so just want to give a huge shout out to you and George for definitely committing to your health and being on this journey as we really are leading by example, just to be a light in a world in which we know without a shadow of doubt that they really need to understand how important it is for us to really just take care of our health, right? And
Right.
so, on today, I know that we're going to talk about, some of these products because you are truly a product of so many of these products that we have here at our company. But we want to go back a little bit and we want to really help people to understand, more about your journey, some of the things that you've gone through, physically, mentally, spiritually, everything that you kind of share with me because it's such a powerful story. And so let's go back, some years and let's talk about your journey and let's kind of bring it forward. So I'm going to turn it over to you.
Okay. So in 2009, I was diagnosed with an aggressive form of breast cancer. And this was to my surprise because I didn't have any other family members, to my knowledge, and even today, that had dealt with this. But I'm going to say when I found the lump, because it happened in a time, in an era where it was on the rise. And so I was often doing the self breast examination. And I can remember so clear and see, I was standing in a mirror in my home at the time in North Carolina. My husband and I, 2 years prior to that, had just relocated from our hometown of 30 plus years. We had just relocated to Fayetteville, North Carolina by God's divine sending us. And so to my surprise, I got that diagnosis. I found the lump, and y'all, that lump was, it was like that, the size of an orange. That's what it felt like. And so I went to the doctor. Well, let me back up. Prior to going to the doctor, I said, God, if this is what I think it is, you got me. And sure enough, went to the doctor, had a biopsy, and the doctor at the time confirmed, yes, it was breast cancer. And so that kind of took my husband, shook him a little bit, but I had already had a conversation with God that this was his, because I knew I couldn't do it on my own. And so I went in along that journey, asking all the questions because I had no answers. I didn't know where this came from and what was going to happen here. I had to depend on God for everything at every step of the way. And so this was a journey really of God taking me, or allowing to happen, so that he could bring about some knowledge, some information, some things that he wanted me to know, not only about me, but what it was that he wanted me to, as I came through, share with other people. And so, yeah, that happened. And that began the journey of health and wellness. I can't say that I jumped on board at the beginning of everything, but it certainly was a seed that began to, be planted and began to grow as, like I said, I began to come into certain knowledge about health and wellness, our bodies, and the importance of minerals and vitamins and taking care of ourselves, along with the spiritual piece, because I was already confessing, I'm healed by Jesus' stripes and things of that nature. So again, I'm like, why is this happening? But nevertheless, I trusted God, and I sit here before you guys today, totally cancer-free. I've never, ever had a reoccurrence. And I'll just share this and then I'll turn it back over. I like to say, based on a revelation, I don't consider myself a survivor. I consider myself an overcomer. I didn't just survive this, I overcame it to the point that cancer has never come back in the time that I was, I got the final results of it being gone.
Wow. You know what? That is so powerful. And you know what? I know that we we spoke, briefly a little bit about this story, but I can tell you, as I'm sitting here and I'm listening, not only are you bringing you're bringing so many emotions to me right now. Like, I'm smiling from ear to ear, but it also brings forth a bit of I don't want to say tears, but just because I can see God all in your life, and just how, because there's so many women out there who, I can't even imagine what you've been through or what, but you took on this battle as the soldier that God created each and every one of us to be. And you didn't fret, and you knew from the very beginning that it was all in his hands. And I love how you just said, you know what? I'm not a survivor. I am truly an overcomer. And I mean, it just gives me chills because of the goodness and the greatness of the God that we serve. And so, wow, just thank you for blessing this platform today and just sharing, such energy and such positivity with everybody who's watching, because somebody's going to come across this and you just never know. It could be their battle. It could be something that they're faced with. And, by just having that full faith and trust in God. Look,
because it's not easy. It's not easy.
Yeah.
When you hear that diagnosis of any type of cancer, immediately most people, they think it's a death sentence. They think of dying. And they start, making those preparations, writing out their bucket list and things of that nature. And I'm not saying not to do all of that, but at the onset of it, as a believer, you have to include God. You put him first. He's going to take care of everything else. And so I am so grateful to be one of his chosen vessels to really share this story, because I'm gonna tell you, I was a little ashamed at first. I felt some type of way, and I couldn't explain it until God, really began to explain it to me and allow it to unfold. And as he did that, then I began to understand the why. I began to understand why this was necessary, why he picked me, and all of that. And so it's for, one of these, such as a time as this, like you said, for some women that will come past and see this video and then say, oh, you know what? I'm going to change from saying I'm a survivor to that I'm an overcomer, because there is power in our words.
Yes.
There's power in our words. And so if you begin to say what it is that you are and not what society or culture puts out there and conditions us to think we are, and align with what God says, it changes everything.
It does. It does. And that's a big difference. Big difference between survivor and overcomer.
Yes, ma'am.
And you know what? I never looked at it like that, but there's so much power in just how you just blessed so many people right there without even going any further. Okay. Yeah. Wow. So here you are, and you take on that challenge like a champion. You already know that you went in there and the race was already won, and you are that overcomer. And so obviously, things began to shift to where you started to pay a little bit more attention to your health and doing different things. So let's talk about, some of the things, because I know even prior to being introduced to where we are today, and we can bring it forward to the Testinonial, that you had a background along with George, right? Doing health and wellness, right? That has always something that you all gravitated to, has been a part of your process, has been a part of your life. So let's talk about that.
Right. So believe this or not, George, he was an athlete. So he already had the component of knowing about the health. And you know what, it would he when we started having conversations about it, and he would start saying, yeah, I know this, that. And I said, well, dang, you know everything already. But he was, he says that life, married life, and then the children came, that kind of shifted everything for him. So he kind of got away from it. But after that situation, and then he himself was having health challenges, with high blood pressure, high cholesterol, pre-diabetic. And we have been in the hospital on, I want to say, at least 3 occasions. At the time, the doctor didn't say at the time that he had a heart attack, but based on the final doctor's visit, when they did say he had a heart attack, it was pretty much the same symptoms as before. So we, based on that knowledge, knew that he probably was having it all along and just did not know it. So through those challenges, God began to lead us in the health and wellness industry. And we started out with a previous company, and we were, consuming those products. And, with the whole world shutdown thing, God, he kept us during that time. And we began to look more into those, the ingredients and the importance of certain minerals and vitamins, and even the things that we eat. Like I said, we weren't 100% there yet. We still had our days, we still had our challenges, but we were committed. We were committed to the process that, Lord, no matter what, we're going to see this through. We're going to come out on the winning side. No matter how long it took us, we were going to be persistent, meaning we weren't going to give up just because we didn't see the results. At, a week later, 2 weeks later, either a month later. We had to keep going, keep at it. And so that's what we did. And it wasn't really until the last year, I would say 5 years really, but then it really took a major turn in the last year and a half, almost 2 years, when, like you said, when we found the Tahitian noni, is really when we saw the impact really hit us, and we began to see the fruit of the seeds that we had been sowing all those years prior. We began to see fruit.
No, that's good stuff. So I want to ask a question, because both you and George, have overcome some serious health conditions, right? So, and I asked this because I know that you said that you weren't there. You guys weren't there like 100%, but you understood that you had to change, right? So was it the onset of the issues that brought about the change, or were you on this journey before you even found this? Because I asked that because I know a lot of people are reactive instead of being proactive. So I'm just, were y'all proactive prior to, which made it even a little harder to understand, or were you reactive to everything that was going on?
So I would say we were reactive, because it wasn't until those things started happening that we began to pay more attention to our health, began to learn about our bodies. And I have to say this, because there may be some people of God watching as well. We were hiding behind, the confession of our faith that, like I said, by his stripes we're healed, right? That, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And that was good. But the thing about it is that we didn't put the faith in action with that confession. It's one thing to say that, but it's another thing. That's another level. Mm-hmm. And see, believers don't want to really face that today. We still want to eat the cakes, the pies, the donuts, and say, God got me. I got this. But the truth of the matter, God is trying to wake up his people and say, listen, yes, I got you. I already done it, actually. It's already done. It doesn't say that by his stripes you will be healed. It says you are already healed, meaning he's already given us the healing. Mm-hmm. But we leave out the health component. Ooh-wee. We leave out the health component. So I'm telling you, I feel my wheels are turning. But listen, I'm telling you, God is trying to say, okay, I got you in that part, but there's another part that we have to play. We are participating. Let me not say play, but participate in. We can't hide behind quoting scriptures. We have to do. He said, don't just be a hearer only, but be a doer of my word. And this is some doing that we have to do. And so we can, say, God, he can make a way and pay my bills. And, he can open doors and do all of those things. But we don't want to trust him in our health. So we don't have to get in the healing line, Pam.
Come on now.
So we don't have to get in the healing line. We got to take all control of our health. We supposed to be the light of the world. We supposed to be the salt of the earth. We should be leading this thing. Mm-hmm. That's why I love where we are right now. I love it. And we're supposed to be leading this.
And she says she's shy and don't want to go live, right, y'all?
I'm telling you.
Ooh-wee. No, you just preached the word right there, seriously, because that is so true. Faith without works is dead, and we got to take care of the temple that he has given us, and that's the problem. What's going on in this world, and people don't understand. This is the reason why they're battling their health, even to the point of now paying attention even more, the things that we're putting into our body, and how even our youth is really being set up for failure with all of this nonsense and the garbage and the poisons that they're putting into the food. And we have to pay attention now, because even at a young age, you may not realize it. It's not until you start to get older that everything that you're doing now begins to come back.
There you go.
Because
there you go.
And now it's a reaction instead of being proactive and putting in the work, just like you just said, right?
Yep.
Wow, you know what? We can have this conversation all day, right?
Yes.
But that is strong. So let's talk. So let's move forward. And let's talk about it, because now let's talk about where you are today and, how you found this Testinonial. Because what was interesting, you told me that even prior to you saying yes, you saw it like around town, right? In Atlanta, you saw like a sign or something, right? So let's
talk on people's vehicles. I would see the sign Testinonial everywhere, and I was like, "What is Testinonial?" But guess what? I didn't even take the time to go look it up or anything like that. It was until we heard it through some great mutual partners and friends of ours that we learned about it, and we really began to look into it and see what it was all about. And so based on us hearing the story, Mr. John Wadsworth, seeing how that's just hearing, let me just say it like this, hearing his story. And it's something about that 3 days that just kind of took us in.
We're like, whoa, God is good. Like, if this is not a truly a gift from God, like this Noni is a gift from God. In that 3-day story.
That 3-day story took us in, because it was like, oh my gosh, like that is familiar. We know about the 3 days, something major happened in 3 days. So for us to hear how this all came about, it was like, oh, we definitely gotta, get into this. And as they say around town, is that you join, say yes, and then you figure out all the details as you go, like on the job training. And that's what George and I took upon our journey, is to figure it out. And as we did, we are so super glad that we did.
Wow. You know what? And I can tell you, as we're talking about this, ladies and gentlemen, this Tahitian noni, as we're smiling, because it is a gift. And that's so interesting. You sipping on it. I didn't bring me a glass.
Yes.
And it truly is a gift. It helps with everything in your body. It is going to go into your body. It seeks out the areas that may not be functioning as God intended for our bodies to function. It helps to bring it back to that balanced state. All right. So dealing with your cardiovascular health, your sugar levels, your pressure levels, your cognitive thinking, your joints. For me, Sheniada, what ended up happening, I started to drink this. And when we're talking about the 3 days, I had no more knee pain. Like, I couldn't bend down and get back up without pain, and in 3 days' time, I had no more knee pain. And to this day, I can tell you, my knees feel amazing to where I can exercise. I can bend down. I don't like doing squats, but I can bend down and not have to hold on to anything and be in excruciating pain, right?
Amazing.
So it's about this juice. It supports your overall health. It is going to support weight management. It's not a weight loss product, but it supports you. It helps to maintain your muscles. And if you're on a weight loss journey, it can help speed some things up, right?
Yeah.
So let's talk about your first experience with the noni.
Well, the juice is juicy. Now I'm gonna say it's delicious, because, like I said, I started the health journey a little bit before the Tahitian noni, so I believe my palate was pliable so that I could tolerate what some people may say that taste. And when I talk to people, they say, well, how does it taste now? Does it taste better? I said, I don't know what it tastes like then, but I said it tastes good. And I remember someone saying it tastes like results. Okay. It's gonna get you some results. I don't know what that's gonna look like for you, but I'm gonna tell you, if you the late Cynthia Black said, the more you take, the better you'll feel. The more you take, the faster you'll heal. And I kind of shared that with people, like, just take the juice. Right. We don't know what the end result. We just know you're going to have one as you take this juice. So for George, he doesn't battle with the high blood pressure or the high cholesterol. And I'm not making any medical claims or mitigating any healing or cure, but I'm sharing with you his testimony. And that's what his end result. He's no longer pre-diabetic. And so with the juice, along with correct diet and exercise that we've incorporated in our daily living, it's no longer a push or a struggle to eat right or to eat better, make better choices. It's no longer that to go work out. We actually went and worked out today, which we normally don't do, but we've had some extra time. So we went to work out today. George wanted to get in the sauna. We found out the health benefits of getting into that sauna. So we, took upon today to do that. And we don't miss a day without taking or having a glass. As you saw, I'm sipping on some noni juice right now. We don't take it a day without having our noni juice, and we share it with our children as well, where they, young adults, so we can't make them drink it, but they drink it.
Right. Yeah, I know we can't keep it in our house, so our kids sit on it. And you want them to take it, you want them to be healthier than we are, right? So I'm sipping on your glass. About how much noni do you think you drink a day?
Ooh, wow. Maybe 4 to 6 ounces. Yeah,
Yeah.
4 to 6 ounces, because I normally have the pouches, but I just ran out of the pouches, but I'm sure order is on the way. So we have some bottles, but normally 4 to 6 ounces of the noni. And if feel like something coming on, or we gonna flood our system with that Tahitian noni. So yes, and if I can share, I found a scripture today that I think speaks of the noni. And I may have shared this in our group. It comes from Ezekiel. This is the Old Testament book, chapter 47 and verse 12. He says, fruit trees of all kinds will grow on both banks of the river. Their leaves will not wither, nor will their fruit fail. Every month they will bear fruit, because the water from the sanctuary flows to them. Their fruit will serve for food, and their leaves for healing.
Wow.
Damn, if that don't speak about the noni fruit, I don't know what does.
Absolutely. You can say that again, especially the way that noni, if anybody could look at the history of noni and just see how it reproduces itself, right? It's absolutely amazing.
Right.
And just understanding, yes, it does. Wow, that is powerful. Thank you for sharing.
Yes. So I think that confirms it even the more, that we have a gift from God. We have a gift from God, truly a gift from God, I believe, to help the masses of people that are dealing with ailments today that are so common in our world. But God, He would not have it that He wouldn't send the answer that could possibly help, like I said, the masses of people in dealing with what they have going on, overcoming it. Let me say it like that, overcoming it. But it depends on what they do with it,
Right. Mm-hmm. Whether they accept it, whether they take it, but we're on our mission here, and we're gonna tell the world, right?
That's it.
Or something, right? We're gonna be shouting from the mountaintops about this.
Yes.
This juice. I want to ask, have you used it and have you tried it in any other ways? Because, we know that you can use it in over 100 different ways. Not only that you consume this juice, but you can put it on your skin if you're battling dry skin. I one day, Nate made me a paper towel of it, like a, what do you call it, compress.
Yep.
And in 10 minutes time, my headache was completely gone. It was one of those, how when you sit behind a computer for way too long,
right?
It's like on fire. It was one of those type headaches, gone in 10 minutes. But so many different things. I have used it as a nasal spray, okay, with the diseases and the things that are happening in this world. Used it as a nasal spray, and I have been 100% okay. So many different things. People can soak their feet in it if they're battling with swelling, and there's stories of that, and it just does everything. So have you
everything? Yes, I tried it on my skin with my skin regimen, and I can truly see that my skin is glowing beautifully without makeup. And I was like, "Ooh, this stuff is so good." I've used it in my hair. I've seen my hair grow because, with the cancer, my hair hadn't fully been, hadn't really started growing back like you would think it should. But I started putting the noni in there, and I could see that my hair started growing back. I'm so happy about that. Y'all, I even had a paper cut a couple of times, and I stuck my finger in some noni, and the pain was gone. The pain was gone. So I'm like, oh my gosh, this noni. My son had that type of headache as well. And I said, let me put some noni on it. Or I had him take some noni as well. And he'll testify that he saw that headache went away. So now guess what? Instead of him asking for aspirin or some type of pill, he'll say, can I get some noni? Yeah, you can have some noni.
Right. Yeah, you're right. And it works.
It works.
I even say to the women out there, when our daughter is dealing with like serious that time of the month,
Mm-hmm.
The noni, right there on the stomach.
Yep. Yep.
It works.
It
It's
works.
so many different things that you can do with this stuff.
So
And
many.
that's why we know
So many.
it really is God's gift. So
Mm-hmm.
the noni is one product. I know we could be on here all
Mm-hmm.
night about the noni,
Right.
right? And I remember when we first got started and we kicked off, our first fitness challenge and
Mm-hmm.
on board with that. So let's talk about, because you've been able to from taking the noni, what have you noticed? And then also with the products, because you started to implement these drops, right? And let's talk
Mm-hmm.
about your weight loss journey, because I know
Mm-hmm.
that you shared with me that prior to I can relate. You had the story of, you know what, we're eating better, we're exercising, the weight is still not going anywhere. Some of the many of the things that you're doing today, you were doing then. It's just that you didn't have the right products in your hands. So let's talk about that, and let's talk about where you were with your weight loss journey and where you are today.
Yes. So prior to me, the Tahitian noni and the drops, I was over 200 pounds and right at 233, right at 233. And I was really shocked, y'all, to be perfectly honest. I was shocked. But as I began to incorporate the Tahitian noni, I just began to feel better from the inside. Um, I don't know any other way. I wasn't, diagnosed with anything, but any other way to explain, just to say, I just felt good. It just gave you this good, wholesome feeling of feeling good. And so you won't know what that feels like until you get there, right? So we got there. And then we were introduced to these amazing drops. Um, and so we started taking the drops, yes, the drops. And all of a sudden we started seeing weight fall off. And I was like, oh my gosh, I can lose weight. I can lose weight because I was thinking, like, what in the world? What was going on with my weight? You right? And I believe it did just what it says it does. It began to settle in, and along with the noni, balance my body. Repair those cells, but as the Tahitian noni, repair, going to that cellular level. But then the drops was an added component and was now able to come in and balance those hormones. And if there was something going on, I'm not one I like to go to the doctor or try to go to the doctor for health reasons unless I absolutely need it. But so when I was dealing with that, I had to go through that until I got hold of this information. So now I do what's necessary. I'm going to, flood my body with Tahitian noni. So the drops came, and we have at this point now I am under 200 pounds. Yay! It has helped me. Y'all, that is so amazing. That is so amazing. I'm so blown away by these amazing drops. And I think I'm going to forever take them. If I am or have been going through menopause, y'all, I have premenopause. I haven't felt it because I just turned 50 in April. I haven't felt it.
So you haven't had the hot flashes and none of that stuff. Oh, well, God bless you, because
I haven't felt that. So I said, these drops must be working. Well, they are working. They're working to help with the weight release. I like what I think that was Tiffany that said that. I love that, the weight release, because once it's lost, we ain't trying to find it back. It's gone. We want it gone forever.
Yes, when you lose
it. So thank you, God.
Yes, they really do. It really does stay away, and that's a beautiful thing. I didn't realize it was I've experienced the hot flashes, the heat, the sweating. Wow. I used to be in front of the computer and I would have a towel on the floor. And when I would be doing like a live, literally sweat would start to drip. And I'm like, can people see this sweat? And I would bend over And I would grab this towel, wipe my face, and try to come back up. It was crazy,
Oh,
So
wow.
what I went through during that time, but I can tell you, I still never thought that the hormones was what was keeping the weight on.
Right.
Until I got a hold of these drops, and I'm like, wait a minute, yeah, our bodies are out of balance, and
Yes.
maybe we don't realize that. And even when it comes time to our overall health, anything that we're dealing with in our body, it means your body is out of balance. And so what these drops are going to do, obviously balance your
Your
hormones,
body. Yep.
and women, speed up your metabolism, support your
Mhm.
thyroid, all natural homeopathic drops that so many people are grabbing a hold of. And when they grab a hold of them, they're balancing their body. But that weight loss is a byproduct, right? They're
Mhm.
weight if you need to lose.
Mhm.
And so that's what happened with you.
Mhm.
And so many people are saying yes. And
And
so now, go ahead.
even with, the ordeal that I went through, that I needed my that body to be balanced, to
Right.
be realigned.
Right.
And I remember, taking naps during the day, wanted to take a nap. Well, I don't have to have a desire to take a nap. I can go through my entire day, do and get done what I need to get done without having a nap. So I know the drops work. They absolutely work. And listen, we see so many things out here now talking about hormonal imbalance.
We do.
And sometimes that stuff, that cost can add up and get very expensive. But
Yes.
I thank God that we have something very affordable and so simple and easy.
And natural.
And natural.
Right? Because people are risking their health.
Mhm.
They don't even realize it. They're risking their health in order to lose the weight, because people, and it's sad because they genuinely just want to get this weight off, and they want to be
They
healthy.
want to feel better. Yep.
And they want to feel better, and they're doing all of these unnatural weights and shots and things like that, not realizing that it may cause them to lose weight, but it's not healthy. It can affect them long term. They're sick taking it. I hear all kinds of side effects of people taking it, but we got something that's all natural that's really a game changer, right?
Yes.
So
yes.
I gotta pull up your before and after, right? And I want you to just talk to everybody. I'm gonna tell you what, when I saw, just your story, I'm like, wow, y'all are doing it.
Yes, Lord.
So how does it make you feel? When you look and you see, just like you said, wow, I can lose weight.
I can lose weight. And when I see those pictures, I'm gonna tell you, I see so much more has happened for me in this journey. I know we're talking about the physical aspect, and that's what everyone is seeing here, but there's so much in the background, the spiritual manipulation that I have endured, the emotional instability. I know there's a lot of ladies out here that your emotions are all over the place, and you know what? That drives you to eat all of the unhealthy foods. But these drops have helped me to balance all of that and to overcome it, right? To really overcome and say, you know what? Greater is he that's within me than he that is in the world, and really believe that. And then, go after it. Right. So that my life can be a fruit of what I say, what I'm speaking about, who I'm speaking about. Let me say it like that. Who I'm speaking about, not just, me, just like I said earlier, just putting out words, but now my life is now aligning to what I have been speaking for years. So when I see these pictures, I see so much more weight that has been lost over this time, the emotional weights, the people's thoughts and opinions of me, and especially the picture with my shorts on and my arms out. I don't know if you come from a Pentecostal background like me, but honey, you don't show your legs and you don't show your arms.
now you know I don't. The way I show my belly on every opportunity that I get.
You don't do that. So I'm telling you, so the fact that I have shared this publicly, right, shows you that there has been growth. There has been deliverance. There has been healing. There has been so much that has taken place and has been released.
Wow.
That has been released. Yes.
That is incredible. Congratulations on that 28 pounds down. Yes. You look phenomenal. And yes, so glad that everything has been released. And that's fun. Mm-hmm. Boy, they would keep me out the church the way I show my belly on.
Yes, you know them old mothers, they would, honey. They're like, baby, you need to get something clothes on.
That remind me when I was growing up. I know it's far left, right? We're gonna finish this up. But I remember growing up and when mini skirts first came out. Mm-hmm. And I put on a mini skirt. And my dad would look at me and he'd be like, where is the other half of your outfit? Like, that's mini skirt. He said, where's the other half of your outfit to fit? I need you to go and find the other half of that skirt or take that. I know you didn't pay money for half an outfit.
Mm-hmm. Look at there. And see, I realized that God ain't looking at what I got on my clothes, that I have on my clothes don't define my relationship with him or who I am. Right. They may be a representation in some capacity, but they don't define who I am. So, like I said, it was so much more that is taking place, more so than the pictures and what they show. So I'm so grateful.
Wow.
I'm so grateful.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you.
And so, as we wrapping this up, because I know that we'll just quickly talk about it. We don't have to go into everything. You fall in love with a lot of our products, right? You fall in love with a lot of our products. And I'm not going to ask you to pick one, but, just share. Because I know it's hard. Like, outside of the Noni, outside of drops, what's your next favorite? That's like a good question, right?
My gosh. You can't.
So many, but we do, ladies and gentlemen, no matter what you're dealing with, we truly have the answer when it comes time to health, and we're products of our products. And so just talk about some of the other products that you've incorporated that have been, because we're talking being proactive,
right.
And so, what are some of the other ones that you take and you really love?
So I would say, because we are in an era where weight release, weight loss is so popular, the other weight products, weight loss products that we take is called a product called Burn. Right? It's a collagen protein. So, as you're losing all of that weight, you want to make sure you're nice and tight. So that collagen protein is very, very important. Another product we take is I didn't say this one, but our Pure Nourish, our Giving Greens. I love that shake. Oh, I love it. I've made pancakes with it and everything. But I love that. That's another one. And another one I take is the Rejuvenex. That one's for energy and mental clarity. That is another one that I take as well. And what was the other ones we take? MOA. We take MOA, which is 36 superfoods in one pouch.
Yeah, that's that much from Papa.
36 superfoods. Yeah. And when you get into the health and knowing the importance of superfoods and all the different vitamins and minerals, you probably would have a better understanding of what I'm saying and why I'm so excited about 36 superfoods in one pouch, because that's major.
Right.
That's absolutely major. So that's that. And I take all of our Optimals. Vanali, probiotics. Those are important. You want to make sure you got a good, healthy gut. And so that your gut can, it's like your second brain. And you want to make sure that is working as it should to release all of those toxins and bad bacteria out of your body. So, yeah, those are just to name a few, Pam.
I know. You ran down a whole list. I was like, okay, all right, the Benali and the Optimals. I was like, okay, and but it's because you understand that your health, that you can't put a price tag on health. You really can't. I say all the time, a person can have 99 problems, but you know what? You get one health problem, and those 99 problems don't even matter. And so we're like you. We understand that no matter what it costs, it's worth it to in your body that your body needs in order to live life and to live it full, so that we can really operate in the full purpose that God has called us to operate as the overcomers that we are.
Yes.
So strongly spoke about. So wow, that's incredible. So you know what? I just want to say, as we're closing it out, because you could have just been a customer of Dr. Tanya, right? But you instead said yes to helping to change lives here in this movement. And so, let's just close out with that. Why did you say yes to the opportunity? And, what are some of the things that you've been able to, be blessed by just by saying yes? Because, ladies and gentlemen, yes, we promote these products, we share these products, we tell people about the stories and the testimonies. And this is her personal story that she's sharing on today. But at the end of the day, we're living in a time in which, people need some extra income. And we've been able to turn our story, help other people, and to do that from an opportunity standpoint. So, why did you say yes to, helping us to bring Noni back? Noni is back, and the entire movement that we have here.
Yeah, so I said yes because I know firsthand the struggle of health and not having that health or having that health threatened. I've seen so many, as I would say, die too soon. Now, I'm not saying that's what we our product can do, but listen, why not take a chance on you?
Right.
And so if I can share what I have overcome, and that helps somebody else to say, well, you know what? I like your story. I like, your passion. I like your drive, all of that, your energy. I like all of that. And I believe that what you're saying is true. I believe God has set us to be trusted voices, right? Because there are a lot of people out here saying a lot of things, but they don't have the backing like we have in this company with Sheniada and all of our products. We have the scientists, we have research and development, we have doctors, and we have the PDR, we have the certifications.
Got it all.
Everybody don't have that.
Right.
So I stand on business on the fact that we have that. And I believe it can change people's lives. I believe that as that trusted voice, God wants us to help people to be proactive and not reactive. However, if you're in that place of, where you are in your health, so be it, but you have the ability, you have the power to change it. God has given you that wealth. We talk about wealth, the ability to get wealth. People only think it's limited to finances. No, he's talking about your health. He's talking about your spouse, your children, everybody, everything that concerns you being well. Now, that does that mean everything gonna be perfect? No, but it means you can have a peace and a rest that surpasses your understanding, your own understanding, that can say, you know what, we're gonna be all right.
That's right.
We're gonna be all right. So that's why I said yes, because I believe we are trusted voices, along with all those that we are in partnership with, to really reach the masses, because I believe that God, it is God's will. It's God's will that his people, us, our people, and everybody, nobody, off limits, to be healthy.
You are so right. Purpose, right? That's what it boils down to. Part of our purpose. And so, wow.
And then we made some money. We've made some money. We've made some money, some extra money to do some other things, to travel and go here and there. We haven't been out of the country yet, right? But we have been able to, just take a little trip here and there, do some staycations, right? Get my nails and my hair done, whatever it is, God. We've been blessed, to have that extra to do that. And then we have 3 young adult children. Don't forget that, okay, y'all? We have 3 young adult children, and although I said young adults, they still in our pockets.
There you go. Right.
They still in our pockets. So it's like, okay, I got a little something for you.
Trust me, we definitely understand. Wow. Wow. Well, congratulations on such a powerful story, an incredible testimony. And I just want to say thank you for coming on and just really blessing all of us with your presence, with your smile, with just that incredible, beautiful spirit that you have as an overcomer. And you know what, as we celebrate what God has already done, I just want to say we continue to celebrate what God is continuing to do in your life, George's life, your entire family, those 3 young adults you got there, right?
Yes.
And stuff. So beautiful.
And thank you for having me. Thank you for having me.
Yes, no, absolutely. Thank you. So, ladies and gentlemen, this has been another incredible Testimonial Tuesday. If you're watching, share this with somebody, because we know without a shadow of a doubt that we are here to continue to change lives all over the entire world. We have definitely brought this. Noni is back. We still bringing it back, but Noni is back, right? It is changing lives. The drops changing lives. No matter what it is that you need, we truly have the answer here. And we just want you all to know that your health is your greatest wealth. So join us back next week for another Testimonial Tuesday. And again, we just want to say blessings to you all. Remember, your health is your greatest wealth. So get back to whoever shared this live with you. Say yes to your health. And if you are ready to take things even higher, get in front of a movement that we know without a shadow of a doubt will change the entire world, as we are on this mission to take back health as the overcomer that we are, the overcomers that we are. All right. So good night, everybody. Blessings to you all. And we will see you back next time. From the top. All right. Everybody. Thank you. Beautiful.